Welcome back, Cat 5 class. We're going to go over problem 4-5. Okay, so we're going to complete the three views. Let's take a look at the 3D model. Okay, so here's the part. And what makes this tricky, just like the others, are the slope surfaces. That's what throws things off. It's easy to visualize horizontal and vertical lines, but when you're dealing with slope intersecting another slope intersecting the slope, makes it a little bit tougher to visualize. All right, so let's take a look at the front view. Okay, so there's the front view. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the AutoCAD file. Okay, we have the front view, side view, and we'll need to complete the top view from scratch. All right, so left side view, my mistake, front view looks complete. No hidden lines in the background to worry about. Any hidden lines are overwritten by the solid object lines. So that front view's done. Okay, that was easy. All right, let's go to the right side view. Okay, so once again, we have a slope surface. These two are also sloping. Okay, so we have object lines, right? Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the side view. Okay, so we have most of it. We're just missing the object lines. Okay, we're missing this object line and this object line. And there's no hidden lines to worry about. All right, so let's complete the side view. Okay, so let's go over to the visible object layer, line command, and we're just gonna go off of the vertices, right? So let's turn on object snap, turn on ortho. And from this corner, we're gonna go across. There it is. Okay, right click enter to exit. Actually, we're supposed to go shorter. There it is. Okay, so there's our first object line. Let's create another line from this corner. Go across, right click enter, and let's go ahead and shorten this object line to the correct length. And there it is, we're done. Okay, so front view is done. Right side view is done. Okay, and we're missing the top view. Hit escape. I might as well bring this up now. So here we have some icons that we can use. One that I use quite a bit is zoom window. So zoom window, you can zoom into one area if you want. And click, it zooms in, right? I can double click to do a zoom fit. Yeah, so that's double click on the wheel to zoom fit and center. Okay, if I want to zoom into this area a little closer, I can go to zoom window. Okay, zoom window. And I want to zoom into this area and click, and it zooms. There it is. All right, so, and you can always roll the wheel to zoom in and out. All right, so we need the top view. Okay, so before we look at the 3D model, let's take advantage of our construction lines. Don't forget, construction line, the 45-degree angle goes off of the corner of the front view box. Okay, so this is the box. Go off of the top right corner, go 45 degrees, and everything is supposed to line up, right? Okay, so let's make this one a little darker. All right, so let's do the front view first, the easy one. Okay, so I'm going to visible layer. Let's use line command, and from this corner, we're gonna go straight up. And might as well, you know what, let's go over to the corner here on the right side view and enter. Okay, so There we got that line. Okay, good. Now let's do the vertical here. So go to the far right extremum point. Go straight up. See this? So there it is. So this area, we know that's where our top view is going to line up. Okay, and right click enter. Okay, so now we got to go off of the left furthest point on the left side view. My mistake, right side view, left corner. Okay, so line command once again. Go to the vertex, hit the 45 and go across. And now we know this is the area where our top view is located. Again, everything is supposed to line up. Okay, so right click enter to exit. Let's get rid of some of the lines that we don't need. Okay, delete them. Now I can shorten this one. Lines up with the 45. Now we can shorten this one. There it is. Shorten this one. And shorten this horizontal line. So once again, everything lines up, right? Looks like I accidentally deleted something here, construction line. That's okay. All right, so everything lines up. We have the length of the front view matches the length of the top view, and the width, or I should say the depth of the right side view matches this depth. Okay. All right, so we got part of the top view. So let's go take a look at the 3D model. Let's go to isometric view and let's look at it from the top. So there it is. So we pretty much got the periphery of the top view. Okay, so this is the difficult area. Let's first draw the blue, the dark blue surface, that L shape. Okay, so let's take care of this L shape first and then we'll focus on the green areas. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so we know the L shape is somewhere in this area. And we can see that we can line up with the front view. So we know this L portion lines up with the tan surface here. Then we got the top surface, right? So think of the rooftop. So with the front view, it lines up right here. Okay, so we're going to draw this area, top view, and we'll line it up with the front view and the side view. Okay, so there it is from the side view. We can reference the side view to create the blue rooftop. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so we know we have to line up with the front view. So let's go with line command. Here's the front view, go straight up. Okay, now we're not sure how far up to go, so I'll just go all the way through. Right click enter. Let's go ahead and shorten this to the correct length, or at least what we think is a correct length. There it is. Hit escape to deselect. Okay, so here's that vertex here. That's the rooftop here, right? Going back. So from this corner here, we're going to define this line, right? That intersects with this one, or I should say joins with this one at the same endpoint. Okay, so from this corner on the right side view, we'll draw this line on the top view. Okay, so here's that corner. Use the line command. Go straight up. And that's where it lines up and it intersects. There it is. Okay, right click enter. Don't need this anymore. I'm going to delete it using the delete key, and I'm going to shorten this one. Now, that's not the correct length. It's supposed to line up with this corner here. So that corner here, it's the same one that we see here. Okay, so this is, we're going to line it up with this construction line. Okay, so we're going to shorten it. And there it is. Hit escape. Okay, so it lines up with this corner. And it lines up with that same corner. All right, so now we know we gotta shorten this one. And there it is. Okay, we're almost there. Hit escape to deselect. And we're missing this object line right here. Lines up with this corner. So let's draw that. From this corner, go straight up. And right click enter. And now we can shorten it to the correct length. And there it is. Hit escape on the keyboard, upper left corner, escape. And now it's starting to look like the top view. Okay, there's the top view. Okay, so that was the easy part. So we took care of the blue top surface, the rooftop. Okay, this is the difficult part. This is where a lot of you are going to get stuck. Where is this line? Where is this line? Okay, if you look at the front, there it is, right? See this corner? Okay, so we know from this corner we got to draw and connect to this corner. Notice it's not vertical, it's at an angle. And from here we're going to go across to this point, right? Okay, so let's draw this one first. That's probably the tough one, and then the other one will be easy. So from here we got to draw this line. Notice it's the end of this object line in the side view. So this point from the side view, and this is where it looks like from the front view. So we need to locate this point and then connect for the top. Okay. Okay, so we're going to use, once again, we're going to use this corner and that one. Okay, so I'm going to use the line command. So from this corner, right, that corner lines up with this one. As you can see, we're going to project up to the 45, go across, and once again, it's supposed to line up with this corner. So I know where to stop. It's going to stop right there. And right click enter. Actually, you know what? Might as well keep going. We know it lines up from here to here. Just so you see how this corner here is the same one that we see here. Hit the 45, go across, and there's that point. Okay, so go back to the 3D model. So we're locating this point. So now we can draw this line and draw this line. Let's first draw this one. Okay, so we got to connect these two corners. Turn off orthographic projection option, and there it is, and right click enter. So there's that tough edge that we had to locate. Now we got to draw the one that's going across. Okay, so now I don't need this one anymore. So this was temporary. So was this one, and so was this one. These were temporary. Let's go ahead and delete them. Now it's starting to look like the top view. Okay, so now we got to draw the other angled line here. Okay, so we got to draw this line. So it connects to this corner, which happens to be this point from the right side view, and I should say the point here from the front view. Okay, and then we'll connect it. Right, so let's go back. So using line command, I'm going to go from this corner, right, which is the same as this one. Go straight up, across, and we know it stops here, right? So this corner is the same as this one, and we stop here. And that's where we're going to connect from here. Just connect to this one. Click, right click enter. Now it looks like the 3D model from the top view. There it is. Let's take a look at the top view. Ta-da, right? Okay, so we just drew this line. Okay, we're not quite done yet. We do have a hidden line that we don't see from this view. It's actually this line here between the yellow and the green, this edge. Yeah, it's there. it's not being overlapped by another object line. So notice it starts at this point here. So from the top view, we don't see this hidden line. Okay, so once again, the hidden line will represent this edge. Okay, so let's go back. So we need a red hidden line. Red hidden line from this point all the way through, and right click enter, and that's it. Okay, we can get rid of the evidence that we cheated. Let's get rid of this. Delete it. Turn off our construction lines. Nope, try it again. Turn off the construction lines, and there it is. Okay, so there's the front, top, and side view. Let's cheat. Take a look at the answer key. And again, this is the toughest part of this drawing. Many of you will get something wrong in this area. So if you need to go back and rewind this video and watch how this was created one more time. Okay, so let's take a look at the answer key. Let's cheat. Go to the answer key. There it is. Okay, so this looks right. We have our hidden line, object lines. Yep. Okay, so we're done with this problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and save it. Save as. And we'll add our initials. All right, so it's saved. If you want to add a title block, then continue with this video. If you don't want a title block in your drawing, then you can end the video. All right, so for those of you that want to add the title block and border, I'm going to go to the AutoCAD icon. And recently I opened my title blocks file. Click on it. Okay, so I'm going to go with the B size. This is an E size. What is it, 24 by 34, I believe, or 22 by 34, or 34 by 44. I already forgot the size. Thought I had it labeled. Let's go to B size, 11 by 17. Select it. Hit Control C to copy on your keyboard. Okay, let's go back to our drawing. And let's hit Control V as in Victor, Control V. And there it is. Let me turn on the snap so I can snap to 0, 0. There it is. So obviously this title block seems too big, but actually something like this is actually, once you add your dimensions and your notes, it would fill up your border area. So this would actually be perfect size if you included all the notes, general notes. General notes will tell you the material, what type of treatment. Break the sharp edges so you don't have sharp edges cutting yourself or causing damage to the parts that it mates to or bolts onto, right? So let me use the move command. Let me turn off object snap, turn off ortho. And let me take the name and I'm going to delete it. Okay, and then something like this I would spread out. Okay, so if you choose to put a title block and border in your layout tab, let's go ahead and delete the border then. I'm going to go to the layout tab. If you want to use an A size, go for it. I'm going to go to a B size. So I'm going to change the layout tab, sheet size, right click on layout, go to page setup manager. There's only one layout. I'm going to modify it. Go to ePlot. ePlot will give you more options as far as standardized sheet sizes. Even though we don't have a plotter connected. Okay, so I'll use ANSI 11 by 17. ANSI American National Standards Institute, sheet size B, 11 by 17. Watch the sheet size change in size, then close, and there it is. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control V to paste my title block and border and just do a best fit, guesstimate, center it with the sheet, click, there it is. Okay, so my viewport is in the hidden layer. Okay, I'll just put the viewport in the 0 layer, but you can create your own. So it's hard to see, but there's the viewport in yellow. Let me change the 0 layer, which is the default layer. Let's change it to something we can see, like blue. Okay, there's my viewport. You can go ahead and extend your viewport. And if you ever accidentally delete your viewport, so it does happen, let's say you accidentally delete your viewport and you start panicking, oh, I lost all my work. Nope, it's still there. The model is still there. Let's go back to layout. So if you ever lose your viewport, go to layout. Okay, go to layout viewports. If you don't see this panel, right click on any icon, go to panels and turn on your layout viewports. Okay. So we're going to go to rectangle, keep it simple as far as the viewport shape. Okay, there it is. Let me go to the home tab so I can take this red hidden viewport window frame and move it over to the 0 layer, which then we'll turn off. Oh, did I move it over? Looks like I didn't. We hit escape, try it again, move it over to the 0 layer, there it is. Hit escape on the keyboard to deselect. All right, so now I'm gonna adjust my view, so I'm gonna double click inside. Now the viewport's active. Again, it's just like opening a picture on your smartphone. And let's change the scale. So we can go 1:1, right? If you think that's too small, let's go 2:1. Notice I don't see 2:1. Hey, I want to make this larger, make it double the size. So I can go to customize. Okay, and notice how it's limited as far as choices for scale. And these are typically used mostly for architecture, and they have to deal with large buildings, obviously. So they have to use smaller scales. All right, so let's go to reset so we can get more options. Pick the metric and imperial scales and it adds them. As you can see, now you have more options. Hit OK. So now, again, we are inside the viewport. Go to scale. Let's go 2:1 double. 2:1. Ooh, see how it's just a little too much. So 2:1 is too much. So 2:1 scale, it's just a little too tight. Well, we can adjust our views, but still too tight. So instead of having a tight fit with our views, again, think of furniture inside of an apartment or a house. It's better to scale it down. We'll go 1:1, even though it looks small, it's preferred over the drawing looking crowded. It's better to have extra space inside your border than making it look tight. Okay, it's preferred to have all this empty space. Okay, so we'll leave it at 1:1. Let me just pan over, good enough. And then we would add nodes and dimensions, but that'll be covered in a separate chapter. All right, so now let's double click outside. And if you're ready to add some notes, maybe you want to add a drawing number, for example. So again, we are in paper space. So we're going to put the text on the paper, not in the model. Okay, so go to text. But before we do it, let's create a text layer. Okay, new layer, we'll call it text. Keep it simple as far as the name. Click away. And now let's see how it takes on the properties of the hidden layer, because that's the layer we have currently active. So with color, let's go with black or white. Okay. If we choose white, If you have a white background, it'll show as black text. All right, I think we're good. Oh, I changed the wrong one. I meant to change the text and color, but I changed the hidden. Let's go back. I misclicked. Okay, let's make the hidden lines red or something red that we can see. And the text, let's make it white or black. If we do white, it should show up as black. Let's see, okay. All right, so let's go ahead and add our text, but let's go to the text layer first. Text. It's trying to snap. Let me hit escape. Let me turn off object snap. Try it again. Text. Okay, and if you want to give it a part number, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we can change the text height. Highlight it, left mouse click, highlight and hold, and let's go to 0.16 for text height. Enter. And click outside. And the text is too thick. Let's go back to layer properties. Let's go with no thickness for the text. So line weight, default. In other words, no thickness. There it is. Okay, so I'll let you play around with the text. If you want to add your own text, go for it. And we'll stop there. Okay, so don't forget to save your work. Notice this is problem 4-5 in my initials. So all I have to do is save it. And a reminder, there's no due date. Okay, so that's the end of this video.